Shush. Shush. You don't understand the hype inside of me right now. Let's skip the intro. Let's get right into breaking down this official EA Sports UFC 4 reveal trailer. The game is coming out August 14th. I believe it's not even a part of the trailer, but it says it down below right here and on multiple websites throughout the World Wide Web. Before you ask, I couldn't find anything about the official beta release, but I'm just assuming it's gonna be going live within the next few days, next week sometime. Please just be checking your emails, look around. The game is like a month away from releasing worldwide, and usually how EA UFC dealt with the beta and the release, they had quite a little bit of time in between them just so they could have enough feedback from players playing the beta and already adjusting the game for the launch version. So the further away from the launch the beta is, the better for them, also the better for us. We're gonna have a more complete and more polished, well, slightly polished, let's say slightly polished experience on launch day. There's been a lot of stuff going around in the last few days and weeks. Leaks have been sprinkling all over the place. I knew lots of stuff already throughout the week that I didn't really want to do a video on about. I just didn't want you guys click on a video of mine every single day or so. Let's just come here with the complete package right now. All right, got lots of stuff I'll be talking about. UFC 4, EA UFC 4 stuff, you know. Man, you don't believe the hype in me. Anyway, let's get into this trailer. We've knew this already through the leaks. We got backyard fights, and first I was thinking it's just going to be bare knuckle boxing mode. It's going to be a pure boxing mode, but it isn't. Right away, the first shot was Jorge just lunging into that guy with a knee. So it's like, nope, it's complete stand and bang. You're gonna have knees, you're probably gonna have kicks, and they're actually wearing gloves. Updated Jorge Masvidal version. Let's go. Cornrows, full beard, full package. Transitioning into the UFC octagon, he slips and performs a fluid spinning back fist on Nate. The Kumite, what they call it. Same thing, but this here looks it's looking like this is actually looking like the bare knuckle mode, but like within the same rules. From my understanding, I couldn't find the gameplay differences. Anything noted about actual gameplay differences for the Kumite stand and bang mode, besides those guys not wearing gloves necessarily. You see Adesanya, he's about to perform question mark kick. His model as an overall, he looks more athletic. He really did look just like chubby skinny. You know, you get what I'm saying? He just looked a little bit of chubby skinny in that UFC 3. Okay, first thing I got a problem with. Usually the EA UFC guys, when they do the trailers, they actually have more love for detail in these reveal trailers, or in trailers in general, that you would expect. But my problem with this sequence is, you see Masvidal knocking down Darren Till, and I would assume if they would have updates for the striking system, you would see Masvidal switch stance right here, right? But there isn't. He's in southpaw throughout the entire sequence in this clip, like throughout the entire clip of this trailer. He's not switching stances. He's just performing a lead body hook into an overhead combo, looking just about the same as it does in UFC 3. Another thing that really bothers me is just the cover. I'm not a fan of Israel and Jorge just standing there acting like they're fashion models, posting for the cover. I expected some in-action shot, or at least someone naked, someone showing a little bit of nipples, you know, sweating, looking war ready, but instead it's like it's just chill back, pose in front of a race car, wearing full-on clothes. EA Sports UFC 4 cover. I'm a little let down by that, but it's fine, you know. You cannot judge a book by its whatever. Next sequence. Now this was great to see the first time. Fluid out of the sprint, flying knee technique on funky Ben Askren's. Chase Harper's dad right there got baptized bad. Conor McGregor with a new and updated hair model, looking right about the same as he did for his Cowboy Cerrone fight. DC has an updated model. He's a little more bold. Slamming Henderson, ground pounding someone in stack guard. Amanda Nunes fighting Jermaine the Randomy here, tripping her. And this is something we're going to talk about in the trailer as well. The new clinch system, the new grappling system. Weili Zhang is in the game. Yo, you won't believe it if I say it right now. You know, I actually had the idea of just doing a 1-minute troll video. Of just doing a 1-minute hype and troll video about how the most important change I want to see in UFC 4 is Justin Gaethje doing backflips. Because we did not have Justin Gaethje backflips in UFC 3 and I was so mad. I was so mad beyond belief. Alright, now look at this. Khabib shooting for his single leg and then fluidly taking Charles Oliveira's back, The Bronx is locking out a armbar from his back, and then you'll see Khabib slamming him. Now, I'm wondering, with this overhauled grappling system that we knew was coming, I'm wondering, is this just an animation that happens if you escape a submission, or is this something that you can like perform fluidly overall? And here you see a new ground and pound position. Let's take a look at this. You would think this is somewhat of a posture up version of the side control. Khabib has one knee on his body, hammering down on him. I'm really curious to find out. Is it some sort of advanced health guard posture up? Is it a side control posture up? Is this a TKO position after Dustin Poirier has been knocked down? Guess we will have to wait to find out about this one. He finally got his head in the game. Updated Jon Jones model. Beard, bold, and slightly more buff. Is that what I'm seeing? Like that freaking arm of his looks thick. Alright, next shot. We have Dan Hooker performing a standing guillotine. So that's a pretty cool new addition. That submission right there. You can just high school bully headlock a mother flipper without having to go actually down on the mat. Izzy ducking under a Robert Whittaker roundhouse kick. Looks like Rob it is Whittaker. Looks like Rob did get an updated model as well. You see him being bold. Volkanovski obviously confirmed in UFC 4. You would expect that. Oh, Aldo didn't have that mustache in UFC 3, did he? Yeah, Volkanovski is in the game, confirmed. For the final part of the video, we got the announcement of the crossover fighters, which are, no surprise here, it has been talked about for over a month now. Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua are stepping inside of the cage in the virtual octagon of UFC 4. You got Andrei Arlovski squaring up against Joshua right here. Junior Dos Santos getting his kick blocked. Curtis Blade is eating a mean lead hook by Joshua. Arlovski again. You know who's not in this trailer, but in this additional clip that Tyson Fury posted on his Twitter. Also Anthony Joshua posted one. Jairzinho Rozenstruik getting boxed up by Tyson Fury in this clip. He's confirmed. So for these two fighters, here's the additional info. If you pre-order EA Sports UFC 4 until the 14th August, you'll have them immediately usable and unlocked in the game, on top of a couple customization items. However, if you're not pre-ordering the game and you get it later on, then those two fighters will still be usable after you have to perform some sort of in-game unlock, like beating the career mode or scoring 50 knockouts. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but you will have the chance to actually play as them without pre-ordering the game. Alright, well, I'm still not done of breaking down this entire information we're just having coming towards us. The man, the myth, and the game developing legend, Jeff Farrar, most of you guys know him. He has been working with EA Vancouver for all of the EA UFC titles, and also been working on UFC 4 for like the majority of it, for a huge chunk of it. So here's a very important tweet. It is on their website now, so I guess I'm free to say it. I spent almost my entire time on UFC 4 developing the new clinch and takedown systems, complete rewrite, and doing some improvements to the stand-up. Can't wait for the beta to try it out in its final form. In the replies, he's been saying that the controls for the clinch and the takedowns are completely different. Someone asked him whether or not there's going to be more interaction with the cage on the new game. He said way more, and in very different ways. That sounds good. And another huge thing that is a big part of the gameplay, I feel like it's going to be a big part of the gameplay in UFC 4, is the following. Someone asked, will there be a stamina reduction or loss for blocked clinch attempts? He said, you ready for it? You cannot block a clinch attempt. Look at this gif. Look at this gif, my dudes. Intercepted with strikes. You can avoid it with head movement and footwork. Plus, the clinch itself is completely different. So, you may not be finding yourself in a bad spot all the time when you get clinched up. Or most of the time. Or all the time. Another super interesting thing that I've seen him post, and that I've actually looked up on Reddit, is like this article by on the Game Informer website by your buddy Brian Shea or Shea. I will post a link to this article down below in the description. Check it out. A huge ton of info. A lot. For example, they've scratched Ultimate Team this time around. EA Sports removed Ultimate Team, the card collection mode that lets players earn or purchase packs of virtual cards to build your team, or in case of UFC 3, your fighters. That mode is gone. Through their traffic analytics, through their numbers, through their stats, they have decided that, you know what, there's not too much player engagement here, not too many people are excited about this mode. We're gonna completely scratch it and put our time and effort and budget into the other or newer modes, into gameplay, all that sort of. I don't mind it. I've never been a big Ultimate Team player. If there are some hardcore, diehard fans of that mode, sorry for you guys. Also, this article talks a lot about the new reworked career mode. You will have a more advanced version of the social media interactions with other fighters or your fans. Your career mode playthrough is more determined by your in-octagon actions and also through the ways you're training. That sounds interesting. I'm down to jump into career mode. I don't think I've ever beaten any of the EA UFC career modes, but I've checked them out and I just wasn't into it. This one sounds interesting so far. The first time you turn on the game, you start by creating your own fighter and working through your amateur career. Well, I hope you can skip that working through my amateur career part when I'm literally just launching up the game for the first time. Because I might want to jump straight ahead and get a 15 fight win streak in ranked before people are even done installing the game. Also, over here I got the official pre-owner website open. You'll see a little better in-game look at the fighters they're hyping up for this game, which are, you know, the two boxers, Joshua and Fury, Gamebred, and Adesanya. And I gotta say, man, they really look freaking dope. Forgot to mention earlier, first looked at the trailer. Well, first, Kimbo. Kimbo's back. You'll be able to use him in the backyard mode. That is dope. That is dope. You got Bruce Lee right there. Jabbing Anderson Silva. Boom. There he is. Wearing the Muay Thai bandages, the classic ones. Man, this mode is I'm really curious to play that one. This and the backyard brawls and the online modes. And this is going to be online mode, by the way. Another thing, this shot right here. Shevchenko's pulling on an armbar on her opponent, and in the middle of doing so, she's striking. She's throwing a hammer fist. I wonder what type of effect that has on the actual gameplay, on the success of the armbar, and also what does it do for the defender, whether or not he's going to find himself in a sort of positional advantage, since the attacking fighter doesn't have both hands on the arm. When the game comes out, I'll be mainly grappling, just to get used to that new uncomfortable place, you know, just to that area that I have not been to yet. So if I want to improve in UFC 4, first thing I'll be mainly doing, sure, I'll knock some motherfuckers out here and there, no worries. Some nice spin kicks, some nice 5-piece combos here and there, but mainly I'll be trying to learn the new ways of the overhauled and reworked clinch, takedown, and grappling system. Joe Rogan, you're not gonna hear him in UFC 4 anymore. He was not doing any additional work from UFC 3. He was not coming into the EA SPORTS booth to record new commentary. We knew that. That's no surprise. And for UFC 4, they've chosen to scratch him. Instead, you'll hear next to John Anik, none other than DC, Daniel Cormier. Which isn't bad. Daniel Cormier is definitely a good commentator. Alright, I'm sorry guys. This video is probably ending up be longer than I expected, but there's just so much information coming through for UFC 4 right now. Last thing I will mention in this video though is the online mode section of this article. If you want to expand your competition to the online pool, Online World Championship serves as the ranked multiplayer, letting you compete using either licensed or creative fighters and skill-based matchmaking. Based on your performance, you experience division progression and regression. This time around, rather than asking you which weight class you want to compete in, the division rotates, giving you a fresh roster of fighters to choose from. That's interesting. That's new. What it's going to be like. You're gonna have seasons like in FIFA, or maybe even like in like the divisional progression, just like in 2K as well, where each and every season it gives you like 3 or 4 weight classes that you're limited to. I'm not sure how that will play out. I have no idea. UFC 4 also introduces Blitz Battles, a new 64-player online tournament mode that operates under special rules to get you through the matches quickly. The matches within these tournaments rotate their rule sets. Some operate under traditional MMA rules, while others use the stand bank or knockout mode. The knockout mode is pretty much the same like it was in UFC 3, where you have a given life bar, just a few amount of hits that you can take before you actually go out, so you really need to be careful about the philosophy of hitting and not getting hit. These matches also feature shorter rounds to not only expedite the fights within the tournament, but also encourage the action to be a little higher paced. To come out on top, you need to win 6 fights in a row, and if you lose, you can quickly join another tournament if you want. My thoughts on that? I'm gonna need crossplay for that mode. 2 months after launch. Listen, I've been through the life circles of all of the EA UFC games. The player base just naturally shrinks heavily after the first couple weeks and months. If this game is not going to have crossplay like EA announced at EA Play last month, I think that might be a huge problem of fighting 64 players at any given time to fill in a blitz battle tournament like that. Well, with that being said, all those hot links will be down in the description under this video. Go check it out, read the full article if you want to. Go check the original review trailer. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. You know You know, I'll be all over those YouTube algorithm thing with UFC 4 coming out. We'll have highlight reels, we have let's plays, we have even the freaking career mode coming up. Yeah, sounds interesting. I'll definitely check it out when the game launches August 14th. So drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys soon.